Hello, today I'd like to show you how to make paper bags. Now these paper bags are made out of greaseproof paper or silicone paper. They're quite strong considering they're made out of paper, but also they're very good for the skills that we do in cake decorating. They can hold dry icing and you can pipe with them easily. You can make them to what size you want, very tiny bags for small tubes, large bags for larger tubes. You can also use them for chocolate work. You can also use them for filling jam and piping jam into the middle of pastry cases. So it's something that you will need to learn how to do. So I'm going to use make paper bags, and I'm going to use greaseproof paper or silicone paper. You can make greaseproof bags, piping bags out of silicone or greaseproof paper. First of all, I've got a sheet. I've actually got two sheets, and those two sheets I'm using just to show you that you can cut multiple layers of paper in one go for quickness. So first of all, you fold them in half. So I'm folding that paper there with a nice sharp crease. I'm using some sort of knife or palette knife, and I'm going to just cut nice and neatly along that fold. I'm then going to just use two sheets and fold them again. Again, nice and neatly. It's paper, don't forget, and it will get creased if you handle it roughly. So nice neat fold, and just run your knife or your palette knife up that fold. So I've got a rectangle. So here I've got a larger rectangle and a smaller one, and that will give me two size greaseproof bags. I'm then going to fold it from corner to corner. So it's folding the paper across and folding it again. Okay, so it looks like two hills. And again, using your knife, run it along. This bit here, using the knife, does look a little bit easier than you might experience. But just take your time and let the knife do the work. Okay, so I've now got that shape. You can see my longer part is here, my shorter part is here. Now if I want a larger bag, smaller than this or this size, it's made the same way. Now I'm going to tilt the paper so I've got that long section coming towards me and the short section on top. Now if you're right-handed or left-handed, you can make these the same way. You haven't got to worry about using your left or right hand, because I think I'll make my bags that are similar to a left person anyway. So I'm going to put my hand down. So this straight edge here, this long straight edge without the point, is on my right hand side, and that's where you need to put yours. On the top of the bag, you take your paper, and you can see I'm holding it between my thumb and my finger. And just nice and gently, nice and easy, just turning my hand over. So I'll show you that again. You take the greaseproof paper, you turn your hand over. Now, I need then to bring it out. So straight away you can see the shape of the greaseproof bag for me. So take a piece of greaseproof paper, the corner, this straight edge is on my right hand side. Take it over and bring it out. Now if you have trouble and if it comes out more like this with a big gap here, just put your elbow towards your body a little bit and it will close that point up. Take the long part, take it around, and as you take it around, bring it up. So you can see that I'm taking it around and I'm bringing it up, and I'm concentrating now on this section here. So I'm concentrating and trying to get that into a nice sharp point. take that long piece, fold it over, 2 little rips, fold it over again, and I've got my paper bag. Okay. So I'll start again, long piece on the right hand side, the long piece towards me, the straight part on the right hand side, take a piece of greaseproof paper and bring it over. Now all the way through this I'm only holding this one piece of paper. Don't be tempted when you get to this stage to move your thumb and hold 2, because if you do it gets stuck and there's nothing you can do with it. Just take one piece of paper, fold it over with my elbow in, so I'm forming that nice sharp point. Take this long piece of paper, take it around, and at the same time bring it up. So I'm just shuffling that paper backwards and forwards till I get the right size. Then I'm letting go with my thumb, fold it over. And the reason I'm folding it over is to stop it unravelling. 2 little rips, fold it over again, and that will just hold that nicely in place. And you can see I can move it about and it doesn't come apart. What I'm looking for is, when it's finished, is that nice sharp point that I've talked to you about. I'm also looking that I've got more than one layer going around. I'm also looking that my bag's not too wide. If it's too wide, I've got to hold this with my hand, and I'll find it more difficult to pipe with if I've got a very wide bag. Now these paper bags are brilliant for cake decorating, as I said. What has become very fashionable at the moment is use the plastic bags, plastic piping bags, which you can get widely. Now the only problem with that is sometimes we use these paper bags, and when we've got our eyelights in it and our piping tubes in there, we might have 10 of these piping bags using at the same time to decorate one cake. Now, if I had 10 plastic bags, what I would have to do at the end of the session is throw those plastic bags away. That's 1, not very environmentally friendly. 2, very expensive way of making and decorating cakes. Also, because I can make this bag the size that I want, I can use it better. I'll find it easier to use. I won't end up with a big piece of plastic sticking out the top, and I can hold the bag a lot easier and produce better work. To make the large one, I'm going back to my large rectangle, and again fold it corner to corner, so I've got those. Just think about 2 mountains. Use your knife or your palette knife and cut it through. You might be working with 10 sheets at a time when you're doing this, and it's not feasible to start cutting it with a pair of scissors, so it's important you learn how to do this. So now I've got quite a much bigger piece of paper, but I'm going to make it exactly the same way. I've got that long straight edge on my right hand side, I've got the long pointed piece coming towards me, and that point here is on the left. I'll take the top part in my hand, fold it over and bring it up. You take this section and you go around. Now you can see I'm still holding one piece of paper, and off that way I can move it. I can make it a nice small tight bag. I can make it a little bit wider if I wanted to. I am being careful that I've got my bag nice and thick, so I've got at least 2 layers of greaseproof paper. I'm also checking that point right on the tip. Once I've got it that way, fold it over, and either fold it again or 2 little rips and fold it will hold it nicely in place. So there, I've got 2 size greaseproof bags.